Could be from water damage or something. What's going on, guys? My name is John Stacks, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys my latest salvage auction pickup. Now, what makes this car super exciting is the $175 winning bid and the fact that it has a 5-speed manual transmission and a turbo. So we're going to be heading over to the garage in just a moment, but before heading there I did want to give a quick update on my S5. If you guys didn't see my last video, I bought this 2017 Audi S5 from the salvage auction, and it used to look like this, and it was restored in one episode, and now it looks like this. The only thing left is this front wheel. As you can see, it's pretty heavily damaged, so I will be repairing this wheel next video, and along with that I will be installing lowering springs because this car is really high off the ground. Look at that. And along with the lowering springs, I will be installing spacers as well to get the perfect fitment. And the exciting part of that video will be the engine tune. Right now this car makes 333 horsepower at the crank, I believe. The tune should get it to right around 400 crank horsepower. So that's a significant jump, almost 70 horsepower. And then the part I'm most excited for is the new exhaust that I'll be installing. As you can see, these are massive mufflers and barely any sound comes out of this exhaust system. So I'm most excited about installing the aftermarket exhaust. I mean, look at this horrible fitment. It's embarrassing. Look at that wheel gap. And before somebody mentions something, these aren't scratches. This is actually rubber. Comes right off. I'll have to clean that up right now. But that's all for the next episode. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys my newest pickup. So let's head right over to the garage. Before heading over to the garage, I wanted to show you guys my watch list on bidexport.com. If you guys don't know what Bid Export is, this is essentially a broker service. So if you don't have a dealer license but you want to buy salvage or auction cars, essentially they act as your dealer license. Bid Export also offers car inspection services and shipping services, so you could order a car inspection if you don't have time to look at a car or if it's far away. It's not only limited to the United States, this is worldwide, so whatever country you live in. With that being said, let's take a look at my watch list. So here's my watch list. I have a Golf R right here, front end damage, 21,000 miles. I'm also looking at a GTI, a Mark 6 Golf R. I really want one of these, so if you guys want to see a build of a Golf R on the channel, let me know down in the comments. Also, just looking at this GTR for fun, they do sell for a lot of money, like mid 30s to mid $40,000 range, but this is a 2010, so it might sell cheaper. I just added it to my watch list for fun. And then the last car I have is the R32. It's listed as a GTR, but this one's a 4-door, so I believe it's a GTST. So here it is, guys, the newest addition to the fleet. This is a $175 Volkswagen Jetta, and it's not a base model. This is the diesel version with the 5-speed manual transmission. Starting from the front, there's some paint coming off the bumper cover and just rock chips all over, but that's expected for a high mileage car. The hood gap does seem big, but that's because the hood's actually open. I never closed it after we tried jump starting it off the tow truck, so there's no issues there. Moving on to the side, there's a minor dent in the fender, nothing too crazy. Honestly, some PDR could get that fixed, no problems. The wheel's very dirty, but the rotor seems like it's in decent shape. Towards the bottom, I do see some rust starting to accumulate, but nothing crazy yet, so it's not too bad. And then, of course, the diesel badge on the fender. Moving towards the side, no damage here. And then, once we get towards the back, there's some minor dents and scratches. This one's pretty deep, but overall, I think this bumper scratching could buff out. This might need touch-up paint and maybe a little bit of body filler, but nothing too crazy. And towards the back, there is a modded Euros sticker. So I'm hoping there's a tune, maybe a straight pipe on this thing. And then of course the TDI badge, but other than that, nothing crazy back here. And over on the passenger side, everything looks perfect other than this gap between the doors. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it looks a little bit tighter towards the bottom. It looks a little bit tighter here, and then there's a big gap up here, but nothing too crazy, maybe from a shopping cart or something. And back to the front, the passenger fender, there's some rust starting to bubble over here. Nothing crazy yet, and just a missing sensor cap off the wheel. Overall in pretty decent shape, better than most cars this age on the road, I would say. And the tires alone are probably worth more than the final bid. But I did have to pay for transportation and auction fees, so the total price, as you see it, I'll put it on the screen. Now moving towards the interior, the window regulator buttons are pretty worn out and there's some scratches here, but overall in decent shape. But it's clearly visible that this is a high mileage example. The steering wheel is even worn out, look at that. But the seats are in good shape. Center console looks good. The shift knob looks good. And then some more wear on the radio. Look at that, all the paint's coming off, but this could easily be replaced. This top part's good, but this trim I could easily replace. And then over here, the button's slightly worn. Nothing too crazy. There's like some stuff came in the car, comb, power inverter, so that's pretty cool. And the phone charger, another comb, some markers. Right now we can't get any power to the car, so I can't show you guys the mileage or anything, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. In the back, the seats are in good shape as well. And I'm actually surprised how clean it is in here. It looks like it was recently vacuumed. Not too bad, but it probably looks even better on camera. And then the main concern back here, the sagging headliner. It's a very common issue with the Mark V Volkswagens, and that will definitely need to be switched out. It's pretty bad. It could be from water damage or something, but I don't smell any moisture in here, so not too sure. But overall, this interior is in very good condition. I would give it a 7 out of 10, especially for the mileage. Unfortunately, I can't get the trunk open because there's no power to the car, but once we do get power to the car, we're gonna see what's in here. And finally, under the hood, all stock, as far as I could tell, stock airbox. Usually the first thing people mod is the intake, and it's stock here, so I'm assuming the entire car is stock. And then there is a minor oil leak there, but overall in pretty decent shape, just some corrosion here and there. When I did take delivery of the car, I did notice that there's corrosion here in the fuse box, so I already got some fuses and a relay from a parts car, which should hopefully solve the problem. As you can see right there, a lot of corrosion. Maybe some water got in there or something while it was standing, so we couldn't get this started. And then also, the iMazing team sent me this jump starter for free. They did offer a discount code for my viewers, and I'm gonna try to jump start the car with this thing today. So if you guys need a jump starter, I'll link this one down below. So right now I'm gonna put in all these new fuses and the relay into this box, clean up the corroded ends with some alcohol, and then we're gonna hook up this jump starter and see if we could get the thing started. Okay, so I did change out the relay and just clean up some of the corrosion, and a couple of the nuts on the wires were loose, so I just tightened those. And now I'm gonna hook up this iMazing portable battery pack, and I won't even connect it to the battery. I want to see how powerful it is, so I'm gonna hook it up here and here, and we're gonna see, let's see right there, 100% power. All right, let's see if we could start this car up. The car, I forgot to mention, it did come with 2 keys, the valet key as well as the key fob. So we do have power from that battery pack, and as you can see right there, 308,000 miles. Oh, there we go, all the lights are on. Okay, all the lights are back on. Let's turn the key, push in the clutch, and all right, it's running. How does it sound? seems to be running perfectly fine. So it was just the battery, I guess. Maybe one of the relays or something. But it is running now, and I guess let's take it for a spin. But first I want to see what's in the trunk. The only way to open the trunk was with this button. Let's see what we got back here. Some more floor mats, looks like a tire pump, some blankets, new wipers, that's cool, water, oh wow, and some Liqui Moly 5W30 oil. It's an empty bottle, but still, that means this car was maintained well. That's actually the same oil that I use. Well, this is 540 for a gas car, but I'm definitely happy to see that the car was properly maintained. That's awesome. And then other than that, just a battery blanket, a towel, and a scraper. Nothing crazy back here. Now that the car is running, I want to take it for a test drive, see what's going on with it. Let me go ahead and put this battery cover back on and take it for a drive. I had it run and get up to temperature, and we do have a full tank of diesel, but it looks like every error light is on. Well, cruise control, brake is up, traction control is off, seat belt, hood is opened, and on the left there's the lights are burnt out. Not sure what that's about, but I'm gonna take it for a quick spin regardless and see if we could maybe roll some coal. So a few days has passed since that driving clip, and I did end up replacing the wheel bearing. I know you guys couldn't hear in the clip, but the wheel was grinding pretty loud, and I determined that was the wheel bearing. And I'm gonna show you guys really quick. This is what the old one sounded like. You could definitely hear the grinding, and there's some sort of resistance, and this is what the new one sounds like. As you can hear, completely different. The new one definitely has no resistance. The new wheel bearing actually came off of a parts car on Facebook Marketplace for $20. I didn't want to get a Chinese wheel bearing, but I didn't want to get an original one because I'm trying to keep this build on a budget and try to get to 500,000 miles as cheap as possible. So I ended up going with the used one. Since replacing the wheel bearing, I didn't have any mechanical issues. I did have one minor issue though. The only issue I had so far is this light warning light. It's saying my lights are burnt out, but they're not. And I already put almost 2,000 miles since I bought this car, and there's no check engine, no issues other than that wheel bearing. So I'm super excited. Other than the light being burnt out or whatever that warning light is, absolutely no issues. The clutch is perfect. It does sound like it's a single mass conversion. I know the dual mass flywheels is a weak point in these cars after doing some research. So I'm fairly confident that the clutch is new on this car, or at least it's been replaced. I mean, 310,000 miles. I don't think an original clutch would last that long. I am trying to get this car to 500,000 miles, which is going to be pretty exciting and fun. I already put 2,000 miles on it, and I will be giving periodic updates on this car. So if you guys want to see that, definitely consider subscribing. I will be posting on my Instagram story all the time, giving mileage updates. So follow me there as well. I'll link my Instagram down below or up on the screen right here. It's at John_Stacks. So definitely follow me there. I also have 2 project cars coming to the channel. One is going to be a Golf R, and the other one I'm not going to reveal. With all that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And please let me know, do you want to see a part 2 of this car? If I do a part 2, it would be replacing like this radio trim to make it look new. Possibly replacing these buttons. I would also replace the wheels in the part 2, probably get some better one. Possibly add roof rack, maybe restore or upgrade these headlights to the xenons. So if you guys want to see any of that, let me know down below. I guess at 3,000 likes, if I get 3,000 likes, I will make a part 2. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.